All right, cool, cool. So Bree, so we're gonna go ahead. We've got give us about maybe 30 seconds here. We've got people still jumping on, so we'll start here in just about 30 seconds or so. But uh, what we're gonna do today basically is I know, this is a Facebook ads university course, but you guys want to hopefully stay on the cutting edge. And this is why she's here, because she's on the cutting edge where everything is headed. We want to be where our audience is, right? And guess what? Even if you're in business to business and maybe, Instagram might not be the absolute best specific um, medium for you. You might not think so, but you might realize that some of the things you're going to learn are first of all, the things you're going to learn will help you for the medium that you're in, which is maybe as Facebook ads or AdWords or whatever. But you also might realize that really, holy crap, maybe I should be utilizing Instagram in a way that I didn't realize I could. And so hopefully that will come today. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record. And okay, so welcome to today's training. And we have guest expert Betty Rocker. Her name is actually Bree, okay, aka the Betty Rocker, and she basically has built up an organic following of over 110,000 Instagram followers, okay? But not only that, we're not talking about just a bunch of people that follow her around. We're talking about people that buy her products, okay? I don't know if you're okay with us giving numbers, but that's up to you. But
Well,
she's
go ahead. I mean, I feel like it kind of legitimizes it. And after we were talking this past week, you have a really good feel of, what I have been able to do, and I think it's pretty inspiring. So go right ahead.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Because there's a lot of people that we follow that have built up like organic followings and stuff, but they don't really understand how to monetize it the right way. So she's literally doing 250 around 250,000 a year. That's like we're talking net, okay, in directly from Instagram, okay, and that's selling info products, which is a around a 70 to 80% profit margin. So we're talking, she knows what she's doing. She's an implementer. You're going to get a lot of, like I said in my email, you're not only going to get tips on how to create, build your business with Instagram, but also how to find ideas, how to create content for your content that we like to amplify with Facebook ads using Instagram, because that's where people are. Okay. So lots of really cool stuff today. So I'm really super excited. So, Bree, I'm going to go ahead and give you the controls if that's cool. Um,
Yeah, for
okay,
sure. I
cool.
have my phone actually. If you guys watch the videos I made you in the members area, you'll see how I can actually share my phone screen with you when I'm talking, so that you can actually see, um, what I'm doing on my phone. Since Instagram is primarily a mobile platform, I love that about it. Actually, it's it's super fun. So I hope it's okay, Keith. I was thinking maybe the first thing I could talk about is just like why I started using it and why I think it's such a great platform to be on.
For sure.
And I just think that the number one reason is because, well, I really love my customers, and I want to be engaged with them and hear from them. And so having my Instagram account allowed me to get in front of them in a way that was really personal, because most people are really using the app in their phone. That's pretty much how people are using it. As you can see from my desktop screen here, you can also see that I'm looking at my feed online, which you can do. Absolutely. You can look at stuff online and you can see the comments, but you'll notice how the comments here, you can't see like my emoji, you can't see the formatting nearly as much. So most of the time people are looking at it on their phone, and that's kind of what gives it that really personal thing, because people take their phone with them everywhere, like to the bathroom, to bed, like everywhere. So, and when you're able to respond to someone's comment, it's like they're getting a text from you almost. I mean, it just has this feel. And I have to say that from a purely like celebrity building, or from like creating an authority-based brand, it's not enough to just have a blog anymore. You need to be able to be in front of people on social media platforms, because that's where people are, like Keith has said. So, when people look at this and they see 110,000 followers, which is really modest in my opinion, for Instagram, and they see that I'm only following 330, this does something to their brain. They're like, oh my God, she's someone that I need to know. She's popular, or she knows stuff. And that's just like one more way to really, build your authority and your niche. What I'm going to be showing you today and talking about are a lot of different niches that have become successful using the platform. So you don't have to just be in the health and fitness space. You can see that all of my pictures are motivating, they're about food, they're about fitness, and that is definitely a niche on Instagram that is incredibly popular and incredibly successful because your pictures are telling a story. And that really brings me to why I'm so excited to share this stuff specifically with you guys who are, making Facebook ads, because the truth is, you need good creatives no matter what you're doing, whether you're using Canva, whether you're using some of the cool apps on your phone, whether you're using Photoshop, you need good ideas. And for anyone, whether you're using Instagram as a platform to connect with your audience or you're using it to get ideas from, it's a great swipe file, right? So I thought it would be a good way to get started and kind of have the conversation about all of the different cool things I want to share with you by going ahead and just setting up an account like you would as if you were a new user, since I know there are a lot of people who maybe aren't familiar with the platform. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we're going to actually be setting up an account for Keith right now because in all of those videos that he does for us in Facebook Ads University, he uses this account called Get More Time, I think, right? Get More Time. So when you're setting up, obviously what you're going to want to do first, guys, is very simple and easy. Just go to the App Store, download Instagram, and when you open the app, what's going to happen is it's going to walk you through the setup. And I've already gone ahead and put in a username, which we did Get More Time, and I had to use the underscores because someone else is apparently using Get More Time, and it'll show you that. Now, the second important step is you're going to need a Gmail account, or just need an email account where you're going to get a verification. And so Instagram will send you a little email that looks like this. You just confirm it, and then you're good to go. Now you can log in and log out of the phone. I have 4 Instagram accounts, a couple feature accounts, my account, and access to another account as well that I help manage. So I know that I saw some great questions in our Facebook community specifically about managing Instagram. It's just as simple as logging into the app from your phone with any credentials that you have. So once we have Keith's account set up, Instagram's going to prompt you by saying, hey, find some people to follow, right? And you can go to their suggested stuff, which is always interesting to see. You can go to your Facebook friends if you want to connect with Facebook. I'm not going to do that right now because this is for Keith's account. So we'll just go, I don't know why it's not letting me, oh, I know. We'll go set up Keith's user profile. Now, I just put in time management as the name when I was going through the setup steps. You could put your first name, you could put anything you want. But let me show you where that lives. We're going to go ahead and click on, oh crap, you're not seeing my screen. My bad.
And then real quick, while you're doing that, you're just seeing it now, so just real quick, for people that are just jumping on, right now what Bree's going to be going through is basically just the basic stuff right now real quick. She's showing you how she's creating a brand new account for me. And some of my training videos inside Facebook Ads University, in case you haven't seen those ones, I walk you through how to create a Facebook page, how to run the right kind of light campaigns, those types of things, and I create a brand new page from scratch when I do it. So she's doing the same thing with Instagram. We're going to go from here to more advanced stuff. So even if you're using Instagram right now, trust me, you're going to want to see the stuff that she uses because she uses these badass apps that are awesome, and she just knows how to do stuff the right way fast. I've never seen, like I said, somebody that implements better than Bree, and that's why she's got a $250,000 a year business that's completely freaking on autopilot. I mean, she spends a lot of time building that engagement, but her main work day is Tuesdays, and she spends all her time creating products and doing really cool stuff like growing her,
taking pictures and making food and working out and thinking about what would be a cool Instagram post today. Oh, I wonder if I could make a really good YouTube video that I could get a 15-second clip out of to put on my Instagram, and then I could make a 20-second clip for my Facebook, and that could be a great Facebook ad. And ooh, I could make that a Twitter post too. And that's how you got to think about your content. Any content piece that you make can be used across multiple platforms, right? It's just understanding, and you can put it on your Pinterest. I mean, that's exactly what I do. I mean, I think whatever avenue that's the most appealing to you, start there and then see how you can use stuff across all of your platforms. But as we go through setting up this account for Keith, you're going to get to see all of the cool little ninja tricks that I use. So you guys saw that I think, so this is where I was talking about before. When you first log into the app, it's going to have you go like find people to follow, and it'll give you these little different suggestions. But don't worry about that. What I want you to get familiar with down here in the bottom row, you see those little home screen, there's a search icon, there's the camera app icon, there is the like icon, which is going to show you your feed and your activity, and you have people that you're following. You can see their activity and you can see your activity. Then we can go to your profile. And we're going to start with the profile because you're going to learn some important stuff as we set up Keith's profile. So when I was setting up this account for him, I typed in his name as time management. And say we had just typed Keith Krantz. We would go to edit your profile, and I want anyone who has an account to think of a catchphrase to put in this area, because normally this is just going to show as your name, because when you're going through setup, you normally think, oh, my name is Betty Rocker, or my name is whatever your name is. But go in here and change this to your tagline. You can see on my profile right here, it's Rocking Health and Fitness. So when we look at my account, that's what is shown. There, it doesn't just say Betty Rocker, because we don't need that to say Betty Rocker. It always says the Betty Rocker up here. So use this as a little extra place. You're always with Instagram, you always want to think of like getting the really smart like notices in front of them, like whether it's a URL or whether it's a little catchphrase. So Keith, what do you want this to say? Do you want it to be time management? Do you want it to be get more time? What would you like it to say here?
Well, let's see here. So get more time is the main already on there, right? Because that's the name of it. So for my business, it'd be easier. Now, we don't have many characters, do we? So we've got, how many characters do you think? Basically about like 15
well,
or
I have the whole like Rocking Health and Fitness. I mean, I got quite a good long little description there. So if you can come up with like 3, I mean, get more time is, I mean, you can also change your username anytime you want. If you
do
like
what you want.
Different.
So you can do, there's a tagline that I have on that page. I can't remember what it is, but get more time so you can do, do what you want when you want, but it would be too long. So just put something. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick on the other one. Get more time. What did I put on there? Get more time so you can.
I got the whole thing in there.
Yeah, do the things you love to do. Put that.
Do the thing. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, do the things you love to do. And you could also, if you wanted to, you could emoji this. You could say, do the things you heart to do. But I think this is more like a businessy page, so we'll leave the emoji for the bio. Now, what website would we like to use here? Do you want to use Dominate Web Media? Or
yeah, just put
Dominate for now?
Yeah, go ahead. I think I bought one of the URLs when I was doing this, but it's not really active, so.
Okay, so this is super basic stuff right now, right, guys? Like, this is easy. Now, we want to go, for the bio, here's one of the things that's super annoying that a lot of people can't figure out when they're typing in Instagram. When you go and look at any of my captions or posts, you'll see they're very nicely, neatly organized. There'll be like a list with like a check mark next to each thing, so you would have had to use the enter or return key to make this all laid out nicely. Well, when you're writing in the bio, say we wanted, Keith, can you read me the description so that maybe we could like show this example?
Yeah, so
more time?
So first of all, media, not fix the N to M. People will probably start commenting on the website part, and then there you go. So bio, good question.
What were those things you were reading me before? We can just make a quick example using that.
Yeah, on the Facebook page, you mean?
Yeah, it was like do what you like, do the things you. Like
yeah, exactly. Time. So I'll just put that. So get more time so you can do the things you love to do. That's perfect.
So I would be doing something like this. I'd be like, get more time, and then I would want to actually like make this laid out like in line by line, but I can't do this because there's no enter key here at all. So here's how I solve this problem. When I want to show people, like I just go and make a new note in my notebook app, and I'll say, get more time, right? But I'm going to use an emoji, and now this is when it starts to get fun. So you guys all know what emojis are. This is going to be kind of important, like just to understand, and like I think this, you want to, because you're having like an emotionally based conversation with your customer, because the whole point is you want people to be engaged with your Instagram. You want them to feel like you're fun, you're a brand that they can interact with. You're not just trying to sell them stuff all the time, right? So anything that you can do that like increases the emotional rapport that you're having with the conversation with them is always good. So that's why we use emoji. To get emoji on your phone, just go to Settings, go to General, go to Keyboards, select keyboard, and I've already got emoji, but if you didn't have it, you'd just go here to add new keyboard, and you'd select emoji from this list, and then it would show up right in your, anytime you were typing a message, text, or doing an Instagram post, it's just going to show up down here with this little smiley face guy. You can see that. So you just hit the smiley face, and it's going to pop this up. So the reason I mention this is because there's a cool little picture of a clock that I would put right next to Keith's first line, which was get more time, right? That's the first thing. And I would say something about maybe maximize productivity. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make some stuff up, and you can change it anytime you want.
Yeah,
Maximize.
add like something like add 3 hours to every day or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you want me to leave out? That's actually better. Okay, Keith writes way better copy than me. Get the 3 hour. What was your thing? Add 3 hours.
Yeah, or 2. Maybe add 2.
Okay, this is perfect. Now, I'm just going to say this is great for now, so I'm just going to select this, copy it, and we're just going to go back to our little Instagram. Delete that. Oh man, there's this one thing. Instagram doesn't like check marks right now. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not.
That's pretty sweet.
So that looks really good, and see how it's all nice and laid out. And now we're going to add a picture. And you can import from your Facebook. You can take a photo. You can choose from your library. You can do whatever you want. So we'll just choose something right now so you guys can see just a simple example. Let's give Keith a badass like pull-up back. There we go. So that's on my phone. He can change this later. Now, you can't use check marks in your biography. This is new. This is so crazy. Instagram is so crazy. So we're going to change this.
Oh, wow. Just like Facebook, everything changes pretty much every day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, and I was going to tell you, Keith, one thing that would be really smart to put right here is a link to your ebook, a link to a squeeze page. The smartest thing you can do with Instagram is if people are clicking to your profile, you want them to be clicking on this link. So what I might do in Keith's profile to actually get people to click that link and to download whatever free ebook or whatever little freebie he had made for his Instagram is I would go right here, back to this. I would update the bio, and I would use the emoji with this down arrow and say free productivity checklist. Cool? Like that's just something people are like, oh, I can get that right now. And obviously you're going to want to have it be a pretty mobile-friendly squeeze page, right? So.
Yep, 9-step checklist to adding 2 hours of useful time to each day. Click.
You want me to put that?
No, just leave it there.
Awesome. Okay, but that's great. So but you guys get the idea. So we're just going to do this because how this is going to show up once we put this in. And these are just the little things that really make a big difference in the platform when you're actually using it. So we'll just go ahead and just redo that. Because now crap, I used the check mark again. So I copied it. Okay. Now you can see how his little arrows are pointing to that link. Hey guys, click on this link. Click on this link, right? So that's awesome. So you definitely want to do that. Next, how do you get people to follow you, and how do you get great content in this feed, and how do you write a good caption, right? Like these are all good questions. So obviously, here's this big secret to Instagram. Don't use the camera. Don't use the camera as you don't want to take pictures with the camera. This is like the last thing you want to do. You want to take your pictures, edit them using some of those badass apps I shared with you guys in the tutorial videos, and we'll make a quick sample one right now for Keith so that he has something. So is it okay if we make a quick post for Keith?
Yeah, let's do it.
Show how to do it.
Samantha loves your genius for the bio, by the way, your genius idea for the bio.
Oh, good. Yeah, good, Samantha. Definitely do that. It's like so simple. And so let's go ahead and make Keith a cool little meme that's about time. So we're going to go into use we'll use the 3 favorite apps really easily. So first of all, we could pick a photo to work with here, and again, Keith can change this whenever he wants to. We'll just find a picture that we can throw a filter on. Sorry, all of my pictures are going to be like physique. I don't have anything that's like a time post, Keith. Sorry. So we'll just go with like some random picture. I think that's the one I used in our example video that I made for you guys in the tutorial. I'm just like trying to find something that's not a physique picture. I can't find anything. All right, whatever. We'll just use this picture where I'm about to lift weights. So funny. All right, so you go to Snapseed. Go ahead and grab whatever photo you want to use, whatever you want. You can also, I'm also going to show you how to go through the hashtag feed and screenshot really good stuff. All right, where's a good picture? Let's just use some food. All right, we'll just use this. Using filters on your pictures before you actually upload them is really awesome because you can make your pictures look a million times better before you even put them into Instagram. So I'm just running through really simply and quickly, and there's all in depth on how to use this
inside the members area. That's where it's at. So
now I'm clicking this top thing because I'm just going to save this. I'm just showing you quickly how you could do this. Now, once you've got that, then you're going to go to, say you wanted to make this a split screen image. You wanted to have 2 different images, one on top of another. Or for this example, we're just going to use a simple square to make sure that it's sized properly for Instagram before we put it up there, because I want complete control over how the image appears before I even upload it to Instagram. So maybe I'll zoom in on it a little bit. Again, sorry guys, I know the subject matter isn't super relevant to Facebook ads, but like, say you have a health account. Okay, so we're done with this image.
Well,
I've got it exactly. Well,
exactly. But the thing is what you're doing right now, you can use for any image, for anything. Totally. It doesn't have to be for Instagram.
Right, and you could use one or none or a combination of these apps. I personally love this particular app for the fonts that it has. So this is one of my favorite. There's so many great font apps. There's lots of other apps that you can use to make picture collages. This is just one I like. So I'm just going to do a quick example for Keith. Get more time to enjoy food with your family. Great. Now let's change the font so it looks good. We'll change the size so it fits. Can't really read that very well, so let's go ahead and use the effects to make that brighter. I think I'm going to stretch the text out a little bit. That looks cool. Now, do I like this? I don't know. Maybe I'll add a little background to it. Something cool like this. So you see how you just have like a ton of options with this app. It's pretty badass. You can change the color to something else if you wanted to. That looks hideous. But yeah, like it's fun. Just play around with it till you find, and I would definitely recommend finding a style, a couple fonts. You'll notice if you stalk my feed a little bit, you'll notice how I use the same fonts like over and over and over again because it's brand recognition. People get really comfortable seeing this stuff, and that's really important. Now, what's cool about this? What's that?
Makes it easier too.
Right. Absolutely, and makes it so much easier for you as a user. Now I'm like, okay, I like this, but you know what? I actually want to add one more thing to it. So I'm just going to run this back through this app, and I'm going to put it back in here, and I'm going to add a piece of text. I do this all the time. Oh, I really like this clock. So I'm going to drop the little clock back in here. I'm going to shrink him down a little bit. This is fun. Okay, I like this. How cute. All right, so we've got an image. Now you get to upload it to Instagram, and we're going to talk about the caption. So we're going to grab that from our feed. We're going to go to next, and we're going to go to next again. And as you guys notice up here, we've got direct and we've got followers. So this is going to be the default view. What's really cool, Instagram came out with this direct message feature, which is how I actually write to big brands when I want them to feature me or I want them to do something. You can actually choose people to send this, or I'll send my cousin like something silly and private. You can send private messages on Instagram using that. You can send private videos, same thing. So first of all, let's just focus on this. Let's write a caption. So we're going to say, this is a great time to talk about when you're writing a caption. long versus short captions. It really depends on what your post is about. If you want to do a real value add, which I recommend you do if you're just getting started and you've got a new feed, you want to give a lot of really good value, because you got to think about your account as sort of your own personal magazine for your brand. This is not where people go to see pictures of your dog and your family, although that's nice. This is, if you're using Instagram for business, you want to use it as a place for your readers or your customers to get valuable content and to connect with you and your brand. So you want to be giving them useful content. It's just like if you have a blog. I mean, like Keith's blog is a great example. So if he was doing Instagram posts about Facebook ads, he would probably be posting great Facebook ad examples. He'd be posting entrepreneurial memes, things that would just be inspiring to business owners, and examples for them to use for their Facebook ads, right? So that would be one example. For this account, he's going to be posting things that talk about how people can save time for the different things in their life that they want to do. Like this would be a post I would write, like a little mini post right here about how batch prep cooking can help you save more time and get more time to spend enjoying food and enjoying your time. So
Perfect.
let's just do this funny little post. Batch prep cooking is a great way to save time I'm going to type fast, all week. Sorry, fat fingers. Okay, now notice, guys, how I actually can see the enter key right here. That's great, but the second I click it, it goes away. So if you want to get back to the enter key, just hit the 1, 2, 3 button down here in the left corner so that you can format your post nicely and so that it looks good. So what I would do with this post is I would make it really user-friendly. I would come over here and do like step 1, grocery shopping, right? This is just like, so you're making a little content.
This is important. So can you repeat that again about the enter key?
Oh yeah, for sure. So notice how just now you can't find the enter key, and I want to do a new line. I don't want to just type and number. I don't want to type 2 here. I want to type that on the next line. So in order to find the enter key, just hit your 1, 2, 3 key right down next to your emoji guy, and you're going to see the enter key show up right next to the space bar. And then I clicked it, and there we go. And now I'm going to go back to emoji and put, I don't know, whatever step 2 would be, prep, and step 3, enjoy more time. And then I might do a couple enter keys. Now, say you wanted to separate the post, like you had some important content that you were writing. This is another reason emoji comes in really handy. So I want you to really utilize this. You're going to start noticing as you start looking through Instagram for ideas how people do this. I'm just going to put these cool little dotted lines to sort of, this is going to look really good in the feed when someone's scrolling through. It's going to make it easy for them to see the content separated out, right? Ooh, I like those emoji. Like this is about time, right? So maybe this could be like 10 o'clock a.m. Like who knows what we're writing this post about. Step 1, enter key. Let's go back here. 12 p.m. Step 2. You guys get the picture basically,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Okay, cool. So now let's talk about hashtags, because we're just about done with this post as if we were actually writing it. Hashtags there's a lot of things to know about hashtags. Basically, hashtags, we're going to create a unique hashtag for Keith. This is the Get More Time account, so we're going to make sure that we always hashtag his posts with Get More Time, because other people who start to follow him and follow this account, in order for Keith to find them in the hashtag feed, he'll just click that Get More Time hashtag, and it'll show up as a live feed, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. Now, you could also use other popular hashtags that other users might be, I don't know, save time. What are some other ones that might be cool, Keith, that someone might be looking for if they're trying to save time in their life?
Productivity.
Oh, that's a good one.
Gosh, there's so many. Let's see here. I'm on mine trying to.
How about happy? What is that? Healthy, wealthy, and wise. I always love that.
Yep.
Happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, so we've got a few here. Now let's go ahead and oh, I know one other really ninja thing I wanted to share with you guys. We're gonna do one more line here that says, get my free productivity guide, click the link in my bio. Now, I'm not just going to say that. I'm also going to @tag myself, because what you got to think about is, as your user is scrolling through the feed, they are not looking at your profile. They are looking at their feed. And the only way for them to really think about going to your profile and clicking that link is if you make it really, really easy for them. So just go ahead and add that, your own @ symbol, to your post. It's that simple. It's kind of awesome. You could also do a little call to action, something fun at the bottom of your post that would be like, do you have a life hack? Do you have a time hack? I didn't type that perfectly. To share? Use Get More Time for a feature. Right? So that lets people, and whether you're going to feature them or not, you could just say, get more time so we can find you. That just gets people involved with your feed, right?
Explain what a feature is.
We're going to talk about that for sure. Okay. Awesome. So a feature is when you take somebody else's post or picture and post it in your own feed, right? That's an awesome way. That's one of the ways to get followers. That's one of the ways to gain followers, because when it's basically just like doing a guest blog post for someone, right? You're showing up on their blog, and their audience is going to see you, and they're hopefully going to come and follow you as a result. You could easily go. You could say follow. I would totally use this arrow. Follow @ the Betty Rocker. If you were doing a feature for time-saving food prep tips, right? So you guys could, Keith's account could be some of his own content and memes, and then some of curated content where he's like featuring other accounts that are showing how to save time from different perspectives. And that's a great way to like get attention for your feed too, by just sort of like freely featuring other accounts. It's kind of just like showing love, because people will love you back when they see that. You're part of the conversation, that kind of stuff. So
and what you'll find here is people will love you back for free, but also some people you can actually buy, you can pay for them to feature you in certain niches.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I actually pulled up a cool app for you guys a minute ago. Let's go ahead and post this. Oh, you can also, another thing I've been doing lately, tag yourself. You could actually tag yourself, because this is one more way for people to click right to your profile. Does that make sense?
Yeah, show that. I want to show how you do it in Facebook too. This is something I need to. I love that you're doing that. I haven't showed. It's the same type of thing, but you're doing it in Facebook too. I want to sort of. Now, it's slightly different, but.
Okay, don't let me go too fast. So you saw how I tagged you in this picture, right? So normally, I'm going to show you guys my account in a minute too, so you can kind of see how this works with an account that's already set up. But you say that you were featuring someone, you could tag their account. Like say you're going to tag me in this picture, because it's my picture that you kind of made your own. You could tag me in that. You could tag multiple people. Or you could tag yourself, which is one of the ways that a lot of the bigger accounts are getting people to click the link to go to their profile, to click their actual lead magnet link and sell their stuff. Like this is like the secret, because it's such a nice, like easy way to get people. It's an invitation, right? Like you're telling a story with a picture that's useful, valuable content. It's like, this is why I love Instagram for your followers, because the way you teach Facebook ads is like, look, we got to give people multiple touches. We got to like warm them up. We got to let them love our content and give them a lot of value. And that's what Instagram can be really great for. It's just adding on to that and getting you a whole new audience of people.
So she's going to show this in a second from her account, because I think it's still a little bit confusing. And basically because of the reason why you cannot have a clickable URL in a post like this. You can only have it on your bio. And that's basically part of why you're doing this. And she'll show you. I'll have you do it from your account. It might be easier.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's finish up this post, and I'm going to show you one more little strategy. And of course, you guys are going to be able to replay this webinar afterwards, because Keith's going to put it in the members area. So if you can pause it and like do it yourself, because I think a lot of us learn really well by doing. So you can follow along and do this yourself. But I use the name this location feature all the time. And remember, whatever you write in here, you can write anything you want here. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to write Keith's URL here, and let's say that it was abouttime.com. Like say that was your actual URL. And again, you can go back and delete this later. This is just a dummy post. So we're gonna create that. Now, why? I'm gonna show you why this is important. And you don't have to. Actually, we'll leave this because when they click it, it's gonna go straight to wherever you posted it from. But that doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're getting one more place for this URL to show up, or this fun little piece of content. Sometimes I'll write a cute little catchphrase there. It's just a really good way to maximize the newsfeed space. So let's go ahead and share this. Instagram is suggesting Kim Kardashian. You could totally follow her. So here's what Keith's post looks like now. This looks really good. Look how easy it is to read.
Look how good I am at that. Jeez, I'm good at
so
making
good at
Instagram
this.
posts.
And you're also really good at pull-ups, because we can just look at your feed right here, and wow, you're great at pull-ups. So this is what Keith's feed is going to look like once he gets some posts in there, and has some stuff going on. Let's go ahead and talk about the hashtags now. So Keith's got all these cool hashtags, but what if he wanted to find some other people who like productivity? Well, we just clicked on the hashtag, and this is a whole feed full of posts about productivity. Somebody here has some cool apps they're talking about. And I mean, you're going to get all kinds of random stuff when you do this. But what's really great is that Get More Time. There's only 24 posts in this feed, and this is how it was when I started the Betty Rocker hashtag. Actually, there were like 20 posts, like just randomly.
Yeah, I was just gonna have you do that because I was searching on my phone. I did the search, the other one where it shows the list of the different posts, and it's like there's 20. Yeah, I had 23. Now there's 24 probably because you just did it, but.
Because I just did one. And now here's a thing that's this is a really great way to get more followers and to start to become engaged with the conversation, right? So you want to go and like other people's stuff, right? So if someone sees, oh, hey, Get More Time liked my post, and I'm using the hashtag too, maybe I'll go follow them. Maybe they have some cool stuff for me to follow. I like this. So it's just a cool way for you to find stuff. But I think, Keith, you should definitely do call to action of Get More Time, use our hashtag, for more, get more time or something like that, because then people will start to make this little hashtag something that they associate the brand with. And that's kind of a fun way.
It's wide open, basically, by saying, like, if you search yours, go do a search with yours, and
So do you guys know how to do a search? Let's talk about the difference. So this little hourglass right here, magnifying glass, that's going to take you to the home screen, and then you can either search for users or you can search for hashtags. See how I'm just clicking between these two? So we can search the Betty Rocker, and we can find me, and here's how my profile looks, right? So let's follow her. Geez. Now what's cool is every time you follow someone, it's going to pop up other accounts that are like the account you just followed. This is a fairly new Instagram thing. I don't know if they started it last year sometime, but that's really cool. So you can get some other good ideas of who to follow. And you'll see right here I'm using the emoji just like we just did for Keith's. And that's really simple. But but to your question, what about hashtags? Here's the Betty Rocker hashtag feed. And what's really funny is my fans, they make up their own hashtags for my stuff constantly. This is just the Betty Rocker hashtag feed. So these are all these people who are using it for my different. They just want to be a part of my stuff. And one of my tasks my assistant has every day is to go through and like everything that's been hashtagged the Betty Rocker, because we want our fans to feel appreciated and loved and engaged with. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen an actual screenshot from someone's phone that's a picture of me liking their picture. The Betty Rocker liked my picture, and they freak out about it. It's really funny. So this also brings me to something that I think would be really useful for all of you guys who are using Instagram, and you're using it as a research tool, because this is something we started doing very back in the beginning. I say we because I'll think of it and then I'll tell my assistant to do it. But what we like to do is every Monday we go to look at all of our new likes. Oh, sorry, I'm logged in as Keith, so I can't show you all of my new likes. But you'll go and look at all of the people who have maybe I can let me show you how to log out, and we'll log in as me, because that'll be a little more relevant.
Cool.
I hope I can remember my password. Do you have any questions while I'm pausing for a minute?
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. One was just, is your phone an iPhone? And the answer to that one's yes.
Yes.
Yep. And then I was told hashtags should go into comments so you can cycle new ones up to 3 times.
Hashtags. Oh, that's an awesome point. Hashtags, you should rotate your hashtags. Absolutely. You don't want, and you also don't want to be that guy that puts like 50 hashtags on every picture. For example, this post I did this morning, I put just 2 really like meaningful hashtags: fail forward, never give up. This one I did the other day, life hacks, cryotherapy. And then anything. So here's the deal with hashtags too. If someone posts like if Keith posted a hashtag, he hashtagged badass on my picture as a comment, my picture would not show up in the badass hashtags feed. Only it shows up when I, the user, post the hashtag on my own picture, whether I do that in the post itself or in the comments. So that's an important thing to know, because it's kind of like an ownership thing, right? You don't want, if someone posts on your thing like you suck or something you don't want, it's not going to show up in that hashtag feed. But yeah, you definitely, so I could go in here right now and do happy, healthy, I could do positive mindset, and I'm in my account now. And yeah, this is good because now I didn't have to make I'm using the hashtags in the caption as more of I'm branding the post. I'm talking about what's important to me. But then if I want this to actually show up in specific hashtag feeds because I want people to find the post, I'll go do like 20 of them in a comment for sure. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so I think I've kind of gone over a lot of like the basics of like how to get an account set up, how to use it, but I want to go back to what I was about to talk about. What I was just saying is every Monday we go through here and we see who are all of the new people who have started following us, right? And we'll go to their feed and we'll like something on their page. We'll be like, we give them some love. And one of the reasons that what really
Dave's on the
really
webinar.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. I liked your picture. Thank you. That's cool. And what I'm also doing when I do this is something that I think everyone should do with Instagram. You should go and see what people who are following you care about. What is their feed like? What is the conversation that your user is having in their own life? Like, I love that Dan Kennedy strategy. Keith, we've talked about this before. Dan Kennedy says you need to understand the conversation your customer is having, and you can straight up read that conversation here in Instagram. It's like it's all open and public, and it's so easy. So the easiest way to find when you're doing your research, you can go to, say you want to investigate who's following Betty Rocker. So we can just go here to my followers, and we can just start going through their pictures. Wow, this person, that's a really beautiful picture, right? Like, so I can see what my followers and fans care about. Some people are private, but I really do try to go through and like learn about my followers and try to give them some love because they're taking the time to follow me. And I found some like super famous people, like Tony Horton started following me. It's just really funny, like it's just like there's all these great people on Instagram. Everyone really loves the platform. It is very new and current. But say you guys were like, say we were doing research for Keith's account right now. There's an account that I just found yesterday when I was thinking of doing this called Think, Grow, Prosper. And I think this would be a great account for Keith to look at. He could go, okay, who are the followers for this account? Keith could actually go through here and like some of these people's stuff if he finds people that are like interested in the same kind of things, like that might be interested in his stuff, and they would probably follow him back because they'd come and see that that's an account that was like whatever they were following. You could also use this account as a swipe file for stuff that you wanted to use, and to take a screenshot. Do you guys know how to, do you see how that little profile, that little guy shows up right there? That's the same thing we did when we tagged ourselves, but he tagged he tagged someone else. He tagged probably whoever he got it from, or whoever he's featuring. He's actually doing a feature right here. Follow at Build Your Empire for more inspiration. So we go look at follow at Build Your Empire, and this guy probably shouted him out back. So these are 2 cool accounts. So right there you've got some research that you could see. These are great memes. And this guy obviously took this meme, and you can see on the screen right underneath it, it says @Think Grow Prosper. He just dropped this into his app and added his own @symbol so that if anyone shared this, he's getting free advertising. Super smart.
Right.
But in order to screenshot this, you guys, you just hit the circle icon. And of course, I'm talking about iPhones. So you just hit the circle icon and the button on the top of your phone, and you saw how my screen just flashed. That's taking a screenshot. And now I could go to my photos feed, and there's the picture that I just screenshotted. Now, obviously, it got the whole entire screen, so I just drop this into my crop app and crop it. Or I could just upload it just like this because it's already sized for Instagram.
And now, in the members area for the module, is that where you have? Do you have the list of these apps listed out? I can't. I don't know. Well, they're in the video. You talk about them, but I wonder if do we have a list that we could put below the video of the certain apps?
Oh yeah, sure. And they are all totally in that video. And there's really just 3 that I use primarily. Let's see, that's video. This is photo. I use Snapseed to do badass Photoshop editing. I use Instacollage to do all of my different, if I wanted to do different split screens, right? I do these a lot for physique images. I'll do 3 different poses or something like that. Maybe that's a 4-step process for a recipe, something like that. So Instacollage is great.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
The video that we're referencing, I just put it in the chat. It's under creating ads, and it's the making creatives with iPhone apps only. It's that one. And so it's under ad creation, but it's basically making creatives, because you can use these. You can do the same thing for all of any Facebook ad. It doesn't have to be an Instagram.
Totally.
You could be in line, waiting in line, and messing around on Instagram, looking for images that you can use for your Facebook ads. So you can split test. And you can literally create the layover. Of course, we love Canva, right? But you can do all this when you're just on an
your
airplane.
Phone. And and seriously, there's I think it's just so easy. I was going to show you guys. Do you want me to go over these more, Keith? Because did you put the link or?
No, that's okay. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Put the link, so just do what you're gonna do. Somebody lost audio, but I don't think anybody else did. So audio is good, right? Still.
My audio is great.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. I think it's just actually Dave. So.
Well, because time is of the essence, I want to take you guys through a few different. I know that some of you may be sitting there thinking, well, my business isn't health and fitness, and I'm not motivational speaker or whatever. I don't know what I would post on Instagram. Is Instagram even going to be worth it for me? So I'm just going to show you a few accounts that I think are inspiring in some different niches that may give you some really cool ideas. So I'm just going to pull them up. And some of these are health and fitness, but it's really cool how they're using Instagram. But so for example, let's look at Instamoto Gallery. They've got 164,000 followers. You'll notice how their feed is really colorful and really sexy and pretty, and it's really branded for their audience. And I'm pretty sure they have a huge Facebook fan page too. It's really easy to get your people from Instagram to Facebook. I got 35,000 of my fans over into Facebook just like that from Instagram. It was really not that hard. You just tell people, and you can. A really easy way to do that is to screenshot a really cool Facebook quote or something that you said on your Facebook page, and you post that in your Instagram feed, and people love it, and you just make it really easy for them. So Instamoto Gallery, I'm just going to show you a few different. These guys have a great podcast, and they have 38,000 followers, and you realize you can't listen to their podcast on Instagram, right? So how are they doing so well with their Instagram when this is not a podcast? I just think this is so impressive, and I want you to check them out and see what they're doing here exactly, and what they're actually doing that's working, because they're doing a great job of engaging their audience on Instagram for their podcast. For example, they are reposting stuff from people who have shared something with them. And the Repost app is a great app to download. You'll see this again in another one. Here they are reposting something else, and you see that cool little thing up at the top where it says Repost. Repost is just an app you can get. I use it for pictures. There's this other cool app that you might like if you want to repost someone's video. It's called Instadown. I was telling Keith about that earlier. I don't know if I have it on this phone. I might have it on my, oh, here it is. Instadown. So Instadown, you'll log into it with your Instagram account, and then you just go and search, like, I want to search for Get More Time. I didn't follow him yet, so I got to find them. Get More Time users. All right. Cool.
How about that?
I can go and I can just totally swipe this. Just download that. Download. Or I see, let's go ahead. That's going to save that. Or I could go and use the app and I could go to Repost. And we'll go Instagram. Add watermark. And see how it's really how it adds the watermark, and I could put that up at the top. I could put it on the side. So I'm giving them credit however I want. So this is a cool little app to be able to use if you want to give people more love. And you can use this to swipe a video too, which is awesome. So if we look at my account, if we want to like download a video.
So the name of that app is, let me write it, put it in the chat. Instadown. Instadown. And then real quick, somebody asked earlier the 3 main apps that you're using with Instacollage. It was Snapseed, Instacollage, and then what? I'm going to write them down too. Snapseed.
Title effects. And there's a bazillion different like title caption. I think if you guys probably like all the I just find this app has so much functionality, and I'm simple. I like to have a few simple things that I use over and over and over because it just makes my life so much easier. Just like having a few different fonts to brand things, a few different apps that do exactly what I need them to do, and you'll find lots of great apps. But these things work for Facebook. They work for, like you can just make any creative you want with this stuff. So easily, just so easy to make your videos and posts. Is there another question about that?
Nope.
Cool. So Barbell Shrug podcast, I just think it's cool how they're using it. I think you should check out this account, Video Meals, because they did like quick 15-second videos of making a recipe in like 15 seconds, and he built a huge business, and he has this great website, and he sells tons of digital products now using this like link because he's just giving great value every day. He's just shooting these quick little videos for Instagram. Boom. And his videos didn't all look this good. Like in the beginning, they were like not professional looking at all. They're really simple. And you don't have to be super fancy with this stuff. I mean, if you have something valuable that you want to show, I mean, look how this is the evolution of him after 2 years. He's like done such a good job with it. But I think that's really neat.
And then a 15-second, what's the strategy if you're going to do the 15-second video?
Well, that's all the time that Instagram gives you. You only have a 15-second video clip that you can upload. So pack in a good, it's just like, I think my strategy with a video is to tell a story that gets the user to take the action I want them to take. That's like what you would do with a picture as well. So if I post a picture or a video of anything, it's like something that the people who follow me want to do or want to use, and that's going to make them want to leave a comment or engage with me more or follow the link that I asked them to follow or participate in the conversation. So whatever it is, whatever your goal is for the post, the video should, like this guy is posting food because people want easy, quick meals that they can make, easy recipes. And if they like his videos of those easy meals, they might actually go and like buy his cookbook. So I don't know.
And if you go to his profile, you can see how he uses calls to action, and that's kind of the question too. Is like how you're getting them to, because you can't add a link, like how he's telling people to kind of move down the line.
I feel like his website could be a lot more mobile friendly actually, but this is pretty good. He's got PDF book, PDF ebook, all this great stuff. So this is how you monetize Instagram. You basically just have a feed that has great content that people want to like follow and use, and then you have you just have a little funnel. It can be as simple as go to a Squeeze page, download this great little free PDF, and then that sells them on whatever your little product is, or gets them going. Oh, I know. If you have an event, I found this account that I thought was really good, Envision Festival, and they are doing a really good job with their Instagram. They're showing like the event and like giving, like they just have all these beautiful photos of how you would feel going to their event. I like that because it's kind of like, well, what do I post if I'm an event, or what do I post if I'm just some random guy who really likes coffee? Let's take a look at Ben Hewlett, because that's exactly what he's doing. And Ben has this really popular. He's only got 5,000 Instagram followers, but you don't need that many Instagram followers to actually be making money, because Instagram gets 15 times more engagement than Facebook and 40 times more engagement than Twitter. And that means that if the more engaged people are, the more likely they are to be clicking your links, to be taking the action that you're asking them to take, and they're engaged with your brand and they're talking about it. And what Ben does is he sells coffee via his blog. He's got a coffee bean that he sells, and he does great with it. And so he's got this whole hashtag feed of Coffee with Ben. So if we go and look for Coffee with Ben, and all of his users are, there, he's right there, 8,000. And look, I have how many thousand followers? 110, and I've got 11,000 people using the Betty Rocker hashtag. Ben's killing it. He's got 8,000 some people who are using his hashtag. That's really popular, and he's only got 5,000 Instagram followers. So it's not about how many you have. It's like engagement. That's the whole secret. And Instagram will really let you get in front of people like that. I just think this is so great. And look at all these people. They're doing exactly what he asked them to do. He's getting them to participate. And they're excited because they ordered his coffee. And that's his product, right? That's Ben monetizing Instagram. I love this guy. His wife is a food blogger. That's how I found him. I think they're so cool. Then you've got, then you can also, with your research, you can go look up, I love W Hotels. I love how they do their Instagram feed. It's just really beautiful images. So like I was saying in that little video that Keith and I did for you guys in San Diego, you can really kind of get ideas from other people's Instagram feeds. And say you wanted to, I forgot about this ninja trick. Who is W Hotels following? Those would probably be interesting people to follow if you're in the hospitality industry. They might be following some really good, interesting, important people that you might be able to benefit from their feeds. Like that's sort of like the best way to approach it. So you'd be like, who is Betty Rocker following? Who are the best fitness accounts? Who is she following that are interesting? Like what should I be following? So you could do this with anyone that you were interested in your niche. Go and see who they're following. I love Richard Branson's account. He's fun to follow and fun to look how good he's doing. He's got like 231,000 followers. And Instagram's a popularity contest. You can't fake it. Well, I guess you can. You can buy fake followers, but it's like doesn't work very well. And so many accounts get shut down for so many different random reasons. But I guess that also brings me to the last really important thing I want to talk about is like, how do you get followers? Because I know you guys are probably like, well, how am I supposed to get followers, right?
And first, real quick, before you do that, can you go over those engagement numbers compared Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram gets 15 times more user engagement than Facebook. I mean, and you guys can see that. Like, look at my freaking fan page. Let's do a comparison right here, shall we? Okay, so this picture of me and my butt got 248 organic likes. It's probably over 250 organic likes. But on Instagram, it got 1,025 likes really easily, and that's kind of low for me. So I mean, Twitter, I might be lucky to get like 5 likes, a couple reposts, or whatever the case may be. So it's 15 times more user engagement than Facebook, 40 times more engagement than Twitter.
While you're on Facebook, go back to Facebook real quick. Show us how when you do a post from your business page, how you tag yourself.
Oh yeah, that was just this little ninja strategy I started doing back in the beginning because I didn't want to. I am one of these people that I hate paying for ads because I was doing it for free for so long. I had so much organic traffic. I was like, I'm not paying. But I noticed that, as all of you guys know, you can't get your stuff in front of as many people on your Facebook page at all. So what you want to do is just, if you have, so here you can see the Betty Rocker with Betty Rocker. Now I also have a Brie Argetsinger Facebook page that I never use because I'm always on this Facebook page. This is like a personal Facebook page for my brand. And this may or may not work for everyone, but it works really well for me. So when I do a post, I post it to my fan page as my business account. And then I go and look up my page from my personal account. And then I tag myself in the picture. And then it gets in front of all of those people who are friends with Betty Rocker, as well as it sort of gives it a boost. It boosts the post like big time. Because there's no way, I mean, like none of these posts are really boosted. Like that's still got almost 100 likes, and there's no reason why it should have. Like, you know, because like normally when this is in front of my random like Facebook fan page, unless I boost it, I'm not going to get any love. It's just not going to happen. But you can get that by posting your page to your. Did that make sense? Sorry if I didn't explain that very well.
At tagging yourself, your personal profile is what she's doing. So for me, I would just say with Keith Krantz from Dominant whenever I do something from Dominant Web Media.
And what I've been doing, what I do with some of my posts, like if I do a photo that's like really motivating or engaging, I'll say in the post, tag yourself or tag a friend, and like people can tag, like that's an awesome way to get lots of free exposure. Like that's part of the call to action. Tell them to tag other people. So this is a great example of me using curated content from Instagram. I just found this really funny picture and I posted it on my Facebook page. Now, this picture did not get a ton of likes, but I got emails about this picture. I had like people writing me about it, which was really interesting to see like who engages with what. So it's good to mess around and experiment with different stuff. I actually made this Instagram picture in Canva because I'm always playing around with. This is when I first learned how to use Canva. But you know, you just have like so many options. 99% of my Facebook stuff goes on Instagram first, and I'll often use Instagram as a gauge to see if people are liking it, and then I'll go post it on Facebook. Because I used to always really use Instagram to kind of split test my content. I found out really quickly what people responded to the most as far as copy went, as far as you know, what I was posting and saying, and it's just been a really easy way to find out what people respond to because it's straight up a popularity contest. Until recently, you couldn't buy ads and you couldn't buy likes. Likes have to be organic. You could get followers, but you had to get actual likes on things. So you know, there's a lot of different ways to get followers. The best way, in my opinion, is to do that little strategy I shared with you guys in that quick video we did in San Diego, which is to actually just write to your existing customers and tell them about your Instagram account and that you're going to run a contest or you're going to run a special promo and get them to participate and to follow you. Because if people already have the platform, that's going to be super interesting to them. They're going to want to see what you're doing as a brand, and you know, make sure you tell them what hashtag to use in your little contest. I would recommend having like 3 to 6 great posts in your feed before you start telling your audience to go there. So if you're a brand new account, set it up. This is a strategy, like you can also do this thing, it's really big right now on Instagram, shout out for shout out. You'll see this a lot. Some of the bigger accounts will say kick us for a feature or kick for a feature. Kick is just a free online messaging app that a lot of people use to communicate. I'm looking for where the heck it is in my feed. There it is, Kick. So Kick is just like, I don't know why I'm not logged in. Anyway, whatever. Kick is the messaging app that's preferred by most Instagram users. I'm trying to see if I could find you an example. I think I took a screenshot of an account that was using Kick recently. It's probably not in camera, it's my photo stream most likely. Yeah, here we go. So you see how Muscle and Health says Muscle and Health to get featured, hashtag Muscle and Health to get featured, which is right here. And then it says shout out for shout out, 400K plus Kick, Muscle and Health. So what they're telling you in Instagram lingo is if you want to get us to feature you, and we'll feature you back for free, and you have to have over 400,000 followers because they have 488,000 followers. Kick us at this account. So you just go on Kick and you write to them and say, hey, I have this many followers, could we do a shout out for shout out? And that'll immediately give you, I mean, if you have that many followers, you're probably going to get a lot more followers that way. You can do it with smaller accounts too, though. It's super easy. If you have a friend or a buddy who has an Instagram account, you guys can cross promote each other. You just put a picture in your feed and talk about that person and do a feature of them, and they can feature you back. You can also buy a shout, Kick Muscle Shouts, and then they put a link to this app, which I actually pulled up for you guys. And this looks like a new way to buy Instagram features and get more followers on Instagram that actually looks somewhat legit. And it looks like what's happening is they're getting different accounts who are interested in getting paid to do features, and they're organizing them. I think this is really interesting, and I have not tested it yet, so I can't vouch for the app, but I think it's really interesting. So it looks like it looks really interesting to me, and I really think this is what's going to start happening more and more, because people are really understanding that Instagram is a great way to get in front of their customers, and it's really a lot like doing JV promotions, right? Like you swap with someone else, and they get the followers, and that means they can monetize their account more. It's just really interesting.
IGshoutout.us. Okay, not .com. So IG shoutout. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'll put the URL in the chat.
Oh, cool. Do you want me to do that? I don't.
No, I'll put it in the chat. I'm putting it in. You're good.
Oh, cool. And then you can account that does this. An account that really is a great account to follow in general. She's just a superstar. She's a friend and just an amazing businesswoman. Chalene Johnson. She's featured me a few times. We kick sometimes about business, but she's gone on to do really great things with her account. And you'll see how her videos are all very branded, and her stuff is really branded. And she's using her platform to promote both her fitness business, her her B2B business. I mean, she's got a lot going on. It's really, really cool. So what I was going to tell you about this is Chalene has she's got a couple feature accounts. She's got Push Me Daily, which is an account where she posts motivating stuff, and this all directs back to, look at how she's using marketingimpactacademy.com. She's using that on her Chalene Johnson page, if you noticed. So she's got multiple places where this is how you get your URL out there in multiple ways, right? And then she's also got Home Workouts for You, which is a straight up what's called feature account. And a feature account is where you're just straight up curating content from all over Instagram. And she's just curating all of these different fitness videos and posting them in her feed. And none of this is her content, but she gives these people a lot of love. So you can see how, now here's the account featuring her, which she does at least once a week. Normally she's featuring other people, but she's using this as a way to drive traffic back to her main account, and also, here we go again, marketingimpactacademy.com. So this is a great example of someone who just has really figured out the platform. Chalene has a wonderful Instagram Impact Academy training course. I think it's like $100. You'll learn so much. She's just a brilliant businesswoman, and that's a great product. If you want to get more in depth with Instagram, I highly recommend that. And I think I've covered a ton of stuff. I don't want to drown you guys. I did want to say one thing. You see how on my profile there's this little one icon showing up? You guys remember when we @tagged, you could tag someone in your post when you're posting it? So these are all people who have @tagged me in their posts. So I can go through here and look. Like, here's someone who just reposted my picture. Here's someone who's actually reposted my sales video. This is an upsell video. It's hilarious. They constantly are posting my 30-day challenge, their checkoff board. So this is just really cool because this kind of lets you see how people are engaging with your brand. They really want you to see them. I mean, they're constantly posting pictures of their screen of what they're doing with my stuff. They're posting pictures of my recipes, my food. So this is really fun. But you'll also find people who get really spammy, and you can control these. So if you don't want Drew Canoli hashtagging you and you want to take him off your feed, you can actually go down here to options, and you can remove them. You can hide this from your profile, and you can remove yourself from the photo. So you have complete control over this. But it's really nice when people do this because it gets you in front of their followers, and I don't know, it's just one more way that you can use the app. There's just a lot of options with it.
Very cool. Okay, so got an interesting question here, and just to reiterate, she did 3 different videos that are in the members area. So one is basically on how to create images with your iPhone only, right? So That's awesome. And then also how to use Canva, Killer Creatives with Canva, which I've talked about too. But she went really in deep. What's that?
Oh yeah, there's that one. Create Killer Creatives with Canva.
Yep.
And that's like 20 minutes long, and you get all that good stuff. Then you've got Make Creatives with iPhone Apps, which is awesome. And that's like 25 minutes long. And then you've got another one, which I think is super important. It's in, I think I just need my own. Can I just have my own section in here, Keith?
I know. I need a Betty Rocker section. I'm making videos. Yeah. I was trying to figure out where I should put those because they're like different, yeah.
So, and I'm having a bad hair day in this video, guys, so forgive me. So, it's 38 minutes long, and this is amazing. This shows you exactly how to make your own videos using this. Honestly, the iMovie app totally sucks on the computer. It's so much more intuitive and easy to use on your phone. And if you have the iPhone 6, you'll love it because it's bigger, it's easier to see everything. It's just so easy. So awesome. There's that. Yeah, so there's those videos. Was there another question?
Yep, I got a question. So what's a strategy when you have 5 followers and you're just getting started? So basically you're brand new. I know that's like a total like Pandora's box question.
No, that's a great question. So the few things that you could do right off the bat is focus on having great content in your feed before you worry about getting a bunch of followers. Because when people come to see your feed and they are going to go to follow you, they need to see that you've got some good stuff for them to look at, right? So before you get worried about getting your followers, get like a good amount of little posts in there, like maybe 6 to 8 really good posts, and then email your list and tell them to follow you. Let them know you've got this great Instagram feed, or you could even tell your Facebook fans. And Keith, I loved your idea that you had when we were in San Diego where you said, you could even do a little Facebook ad about your Instagram, get people on your Instagram. And I know that might sound a little funny, like why are we going to pay people, but pay to get people to follow us on Instagram? It's because, dude, it's those multiple touches. It's like warming them up, getting the love that you need, because who do people buy from? They just buy from people that they like, know, and trust, and get them to like, know, and trust you with Instagram so easily.
Yeah, and I mean, and that might be just like to Facebook ads. Of course, you email your list. If you don't have a list, then maybe you do Facebook ads. Maybe you do Facebook ads to your fans, to a small amount, just to get this started. So you feel like you've got, over at least maybe that certain point that makes you feel better. Maybe it's 100, maybe it's 500, maybe it's 1,000. But then maybe you work on organically, to do it organically from there. So sometimes that can be a way to get over the hump and build the momentum, start the momentum.
I would also say that you should get out there and on Instagram and follow other people who are in your niche. Participate in their conversations, comment on their posts, because people will follow you. If you have something to say and you're engaged, they're going to follow you. Like it's that simple.
Go back to the search.
Good content.
Yep, I think use the search, use the hash search. Go back to that and show people how to search for topics related to them, and then that's going to be key. If you don't have anybody, you want to do this all organically.
Who is this woman who's asking the questions? What is her niche?
Susan.
What's her use? Susan, what's your Instagram at? Can you tell Keith so I can look you up?
Not sure. Oh, here we go. So husband's Matt Noakes. So Matt Noakes. I'm not sure.
M-A-T-T.
Yeah, it might be N-O-K-E-S. Try that.
Okay, is this them?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
But they have more than 5.
Yeah, maybe it's Matt. I bet it's Matt.Noakes.
Yep, probably.
So this doesn't really give me any clue as to what this feed is about, or what their I don't know what their brand or niche is. Or
Major League Baseball.
Okay, baseball.
Cool.
Great. Okay, so we need to be doing posts about baseball, period, or like stuff that people are interested in the baseball lifestyle are into. Stats, memes, fun pictures, and let's find some fun pictures. Baseball funnies. Baseball. Ooh, there's only 26 posts. That's interesting. How about let's just look up baseball? But this is how you do it. You just kind of like baseball game. Baseball is life. Ooh, that's fun.
MLB.
So then you can kind of, but that's good too, because then you'll start to see what hashtags are the most popular. So those are the ones you'll want to be using on your posts to a certain extent. baseball boys, baseball shirt, baseball love, baseball fan, baseball girl. So you could get some good ideas. I want to see like baseball problems. Oh, that sounds funny. Here's a good one. Let's see. What's this? So there's something, right? Like, so you could screenshot that, and then you could repost that in your own feed, and there you go. You've got a good post. And then you could say something that's your own about it. Say something unique. I mean, you could literally have taken a picture from your camera and added your own caption over it. Look at that font. That's one of the fonts that I use. That's probably, I mean, that's just a really good looking font. I don't know, it's just really easy. So, and then you could just start out by curating other people's content. Maybe you have some pictures in your Dropbox. And you guys know that anything you put in your Dropbox on your computer, you can get on your phone simply by having the Dropbox app. You can then download any of these pictures that you have.
Yes, this is a good little tip for video too, because I've got the Dropbox app, but sometimes waiting for it to download's weird. So show people how to do that.
Yeah, so these are just pictures that I've added to my. These are pictures that I've just added to my Dropbox that I've saved from my computer, and I'm just going to go here and I'm going to go save image. And it's going to show up in my camera roll now, and I can use it to post to Instagram or make it like add a caption overlay to. I could just go post that on my Instagram right now if I wanted to. So there you go. I will say one thing that I haven't showed you guys about videos, about posting videos, that I think is super important, and I'm just going to do this really quick and dirty, but I just really want you to see. Do I have a video that I've edited, I wonder, in here that I can actually show this to you? I think I do. Let's find one. Crap, maybe I don't. I really wanted to show you. Oh, okay, like here's a couple. Okay, so what you want to do, you can use Instagram's thing to crop your video by itself, but you're gonna want to crop your video in iMovie. But the next thing you want to do is don't forget this step right here. Did you see that third thing I grabbed? This is like your most important selling point. Okay, this is your if you're posting a video, you got to have a good-looking image that's going to be the picture that they see to make them click play. So make sure that you use this to select whatever thumbnail you want for your video, because that's what's going to show up in the feed. Got it?
Got it.
Cool. That's super important. Forgot to talk about that. I got an appointment I got to get to kind of soon, so I'm going to have to get going in a minute. But are there any last questions? I still got like 10 minutes before I have to run out the door.
Well, no, and we try to keep these not much longer than an hour if we can. So let's see here. Here's a good question real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. How long did it take you to get your Instagram to 110,000? Did you get any significant shout-outs along the way?
Oh, yeah, because all the things I'm telling you are things I did. I participated. I was also, guys, like, I'll tell you straight up, I was an early adapter. I got on the app and the platform 3 years ago. I mean, I loved it and started using it because I like taking pictures. And my following grew fast early on. I think I was unique. Like, part of why my brand has been successful is because what I'm doing is something that people want. They want to see someone who looks unique, speaks intelligently, and gives them great value and helps them get fit. So that was a selling point for sure. But what really helped me the most was getting shout-outs and love from other accounts that were growing even faster than me. And the way that I did that was simply by participating in their conversation. I would go and participate in contests that people had, which I would win a lot of the time because I would try really hard. So I would if there was a contest, like a recipe contest, I would do it. If there was some kind of cool event, I would participate in that and I would win it. I also was never afraid to, I made really good friends with someone who became one of the biggest Instagram superstars. Her name is Mai, and she has an account called My Healthy Dish. And she and I became friends when she was really small. She's got a couple million followers now, but when she was really small, people were really negative on her feed. And I remember and she's a really sweet girl, and I remember I used to get really pissed because they would talk a lot of shit, and I used to stick up for her in her feed, and so we became really good friends via Instagram. And so I was never afraid to reach out to her and say, hey, do you want to team up and do like a contest together? Because even though I was like way smaller than her, we were friends, so it was like this goodwill situation, and so we would do like a contest, and like I would get a ton of new followers from that. So that was a really cool thing, was to team up with another Instagram account and do like a feature contest, or I got a great example for you guys on that actually.
Yes, cool.
I know. So Chopped Wednesdays used to do this really great contest, and they had, as you can see, they're having people do they would have people do like an inspirational dish, but they teamed up with four different Instagram accounts teamed up together, and they would all judge together, and then whoever won it got featured in all of their accounts, which was really, really cool. And that was just awesome because it blew up all of them, because people wanted to win, they wanted to participate, and they wanted to be featured in that person's account. And this is what I would do with My Healthy Dish. We would like set up like a contest, a recipe contest, and we would judge it, and then whoever won it, and you'd use in order to find the people who were participating, you would just have them use the hashtag, because that's the way that you could find. Because the thing is, the feed goes too fast. You can't see all of the people who @tag you. You only get like the last 100, and for a bigger account, you'll just miss a lot of tags. So you have to have people hashtag stuff so that you could see, just like I did on my account. I went through and looked in the hashtag feed, and I can see all of the people who've used my hashtag. So that's, when you read through this cool little thing, they're talking about next Wednesday will be the beginning of fun, inspirational dishes. Sure, boring is safe and it works, but living on the edge starts with new ideas. Hopefully, Chopped Wednesdays will be a spark to your creativity. Your Chopped Wednesdays judging panel will be these 4 chefs who are on Instagram. And then they give you the rules. So they give you 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're telling you what you need to do. And this was really fun, because they were doing like, we're going to give you 3 ingredients, and then you have to come up with a recipe around these ingredients. And you have to use our hashtags. You have to do this. My friend A-Train also did a really good job with this. He always did Monday leg days. And he would say, here are his rules. Over here on the right, ABC. Leg day must be performed on Monday. Label your image with both hashtag Monday Leg Day and @ATrain. So you had to actually put these things, captions, on your photo, because this is super smart, right? Because this is letting everyone in your own feed see this guy's name in front of their face. So he's reaching like so many more people. And the win for the person is like they're getting in front of his whole audience if they win. And he would always feature whoever won. But I loved how he did this, because he was like, you must show yourself performing a movement. Also, you must provide a tip. Without tips, you're disqualified, because he's trying to help his audience like learn about lifting. So this is a really fun and really engaging way to use Instagram, to use the feed. Actually, I always really liked. Is that helpful?
Yeah, and then if let's say you're brand new, and you can do another kind of contest, right? Like you told me, like we mentioned at the end of that video that I was like rambling on.
This is so smart. Like you really just like start a contest on your own feed. Like if you have a baseball account, and I don't know if you have an email list or not, but why couldn't you post like, I don't know, like do a post like one day for 5 days, each day of a different baseball legend, and each one has maybe a fun quote from that person, and the people have to guess, or there's some game that you have them play, and they get the prize that they get is like your ebook or your something that they want, or maybe it's a feature in your account, or maybe they get like a consult with you, or like some little thing that actually gets them to buy the other things. But it makes everyone aware of what you're selling, of what you have to offer, in the nicest way possible, gets them engaged with your account, gets them participating. There's just so many different ways you could do that.
Right, and they have to go to the Instagram to participate, basically.
Well, I would recommend doing that, because if you're trying to grow an Instagram following, you could do that same strategy on a Facebook page. I mean, why not? I mean, these are just great ways to build engagement organically, which is kind of my specialty. I just started working with your company because I was like, I need to branch out and not just be so one focused on doing everything this one way, and I think that's really important. But I think it's also really good to be able to do things organically, and to just have a lot of different kinds of strategies to use.
Exactly. Yep. And she loves it. So great tip.
Okay, cool.
All right. So awesome. Well, you got a couple minutes to spare, so we're going to wrap it up here. Bree, thanks a lot for providing such amazing content. Make sure you go out and follow her at the Betty Rocker on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else. So check it out. See how she does it online in the real world. If you have any questions too, bring them to the group. She's a part of the inside the Facebook group. She's a member of the Facebook Ads University. So if you want to, try not to turn it into like an Instagram, fest, but she's busy, on her own. But Bree loves to ask. I think she likes to answer questions like this. So is that cool if they bring any questions to the group?
Of course. Put me on the spot. I'm not going to say no. There
you go. Perfect. So, sweet. So, Dan said that last bit was gold, Betty Rocker.
Is that Dan? Is that our friend Dan who had such helpful tips in the Facebook group?
I think so. Dan Ryan. Yep.
Thanks a lot, Dan. I really appreciate that.
He said, "Yepper, cool." All right, same thing with Samantha and a few other people. So we got to wrap it up so you can get going and we can wrap it up. We're going long. So thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Bring your questions to the group. And next webinar is going to be an awesome one too. So make sure you sign up for that. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.